Throne of Blood. Throne of Blood. It's Shakespeare's Macbeth in Japanese. Starring Toshiro Mifune and a 1-week checkout sticker. Link plus. Anyway, hello there, Nate Jackson, Criterion Collection reviewer, guy of all sorts of places and peoples and adaptations and movies and Kurosawa! It's Kurosawa! Oh my gosh, Kurosawa. Number 190, Akira Kurosawa's Throne of Blood. Oh man, basically, it's a Kurosawa time again. It's like, God, and we still got quite a few Kurosawa films in the Criterion Collection that just keep coming out. This one is pretty cool, not a bad one. It's 1957, 109 minutes. Basically, it is Shakespeare's Macbeth. It is Shakespeare's Macbeth, but told in Japanese through the feudal samurais and all that. And so it's an interesting adaptation. It works. It's really awesome. It's probably you don't have to worry about all that crazy Shakespeare talk. So it's because it's basically just in Japanese. So I'll just tell you just briefly the story. These two guys, Wazishu, who is Macbeth, and Miki, these two guys who are like in command of like these fortresses or something like that, and they meet this spirit in the woods who gives them a prophecy that they will become the ruler, or Washizu will become like the warrior, like this the ruler, the great lord or something like that. And they laugh it off at first, but as soon as they get back to their castle, their great lord totally moves them on up, and slowly they become rank, and they gain rank, and eventually they start to fight each other. Wazishu and Miku become their own warriors. However, Asaji, Wazishu's wife, gets it into his head that he should kill the great lord, and so he ends up killing him with her help, and blames it on Mizu's camp, and so they go off to war together. And however, it's funny because I think they still stay friends or something like that. The story's a little confusing for me, mostly because it's Shakespeare and there's so many levels of Shakespeare, and it translates very well to Kurosawa. Kurosawa is able to nail all these layers of him. And so so there's a whole thing about how Mizu's son is to be the heir of, or Asaji's son is going to be the heir of the throne or something like that. However, but the only thing is she ends up having a miscarriage, I think, and so Wazishu is not sure what to do, and so he goes back to the forest to try and talk to the spirit, now that he's the lord and all that. And so he asks her what should he do, and so the spirit tells him that he will be okay as long as the trees from the great forest do not rise and attack him. And so he goes back home and he goes with this, and he finds out that his wife is now having these delusions where she sees blood on her hands, and she can't wash off the blood, referring to when they killed the great lord. And his army eventually finds out, I guess they find out that they hear that the trees are coming for him. He hears from a guard that the trees are coming, and sure enough, he sees the trees coming, and his whole camp refuses to fight for him anymore. In fact, they turn on him. They start shooting him with arrows because they realize that he killed their great lord, the great lord that made him, and all that. And so there's a scene where toward the end, they're shooting arrows at him, and they keep hitting him, and eventually one gets in his neck, and he staggers toward them. And actually, I can show you. There's a photo of it. That's Asaji from where she's trying to wash off the blood, and this is the This is toward the end as Mifune, Toshiro Mifune, man, as the man, and as he's being attacked by the swords. And there's no dang. I was hoping there'd be a shot of him. With the arrow through his neck, because that was the moment that I was waiting for. Because I was like, oh, he's gonna get it right through the head. Yeah, I was hoping, because like he keeps dodging him, and it goes on for like 2 or 3 minutes of him just like trying to dodge it. And then finally, and it's like you see the arrow, and it's like yes, it's like Sanjuro with the sword, the swipe, and the blood gushing out. It's like that's that moment that you were just like in suspense for, and Kurosawa delivers. So anyway, but the thing about the trees is that it was actually the other camp who had cut down the trees and were using them as guarding or like shielding themselves. And so it wasn't really the trees moving. It was the trees, but it wasn't the trees moving on their own accord, And that's basically it. It's just the rise and fall of not a great leader, but a leader. So yeah, that's basically the story. Kurosawa once again is the man. There's nothing really I could say about it. It's a great adaptation of a Shakespeare play. It's definitely a lot more watchable than a Shakespeare play, I'll tell you that much. Which is sad because I do like Shakespeare, but his language is so hard to understand sometimes, So there you are. His English, rather. He doesn't have his own language. He uses English, but it's just the old-timey English, So anyway, that's basically it. There's one other thing that I've got to mention about this edition. Rating. B+. I'll go to B+. It's a little tricky to follow its spots, but at the same time, it's Kurosawa, and it's a damn good adaptation once you get into it, So B+. The only supplement, and this is kind of an interesting supplement, is there are 2 different versions of the subtitles. One of them is done by Linda Hoagland, which is the one that I watched all the way through, and then the other one was by Donald Ritchie. There are 2 people who have translated a lot of Japanese films, and so but basically I watched the Linda Hoagland version all the way through, and then I went back and watched a couple of scenes that I remembered very well with Donald Ritchie's subtitles on, and it's basically, I think what I got from Linda Hoagland's translations are very, very straightforward, to the point. They take a lot of liberties. She takes a lot of liberties with the words. She gets very poetic sometimes. Whereas Ritchie is a lot more straightforward. Feels like a straight translation of the Japanese language. There's not a lot of surprises. It feels very traditional. It's not as like easy going. It feels kind of like the English feels very much like a translation at times. So it's a little more to the point. Whereas Hoagland is a little more out there, takes a lot of liberties, tried to translate it as, I think she translates it as tries to translate it the way somebody speaking would in English. So yeah, so that's the only thing really. That's that and the trailer, of course, which is awesome. And yeah, so that's it. Throne of Blood 190. Might get this one because it's Kurosawa, and just because I want to see it again. And Kurosawa and Mifune, what do you expect? B+. Alright, that's it for today. Tomorrow, number 191, Jubilee. Derek Jarman. Oh man, this is gonna be kind of scary. Probably. Yeah, this will probably be scary. Then Tuesday, Coup de Grace. Then Thursday, Croix des Orfèvres. And then we're gonna take I'm gonna be breaking a little because I'm gonna be out of service for a while, for a week or so, and then hopefully probably next Thursday, the Thursday after Quasnith Orpheus, so it'll be what day that is, the 21st, I think. We'll do Il Posto. I got Il Posto in, and then I've already got a hold on the next couple, Hiroshima Mon Amour and Fidanzati, or whatever, however you pronounce that one. So those are on their way, and yeah, we've got 10 more. We've only got 10 more this season. That's crazy. God, I'm still trying to figure out my favorites, because there have been quite a few good ones. A lot of crap, and a lot of that's been, I've nailed it down to, I'm doing 28 like I did last season, but I've nailed it down. Right now, I'm down to 40. I was looking at my list of trying to check off each one's, delete ones that I knew wouldn't be in the list. So I'm down to 40 right now. And of course, 10 of them are ones that I have not seen. So we will, hopefully I'll be able to make my opinion of them soon. So anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Don't fuck with evil spirits. Don't kill people. And yeah, that's all I got for you. So thank you for watching, and we will see you tomorrow for Jubilee. And until then, goodbye.